Hello, everyone. It's your lovely host, Duchess DJ Love, gallivanting like a royal. And do I ever have a treat for you tonight? I know you thinking, especially women, how can we get ahead in life? How can we make social media work for us? How can we have a side hustle if we stay at home moms? You got to have the leadership mindset. Therefore, I'm going to bring you on with Nicky Cuesta, BALM Global. She is going to tell you just how to do those things. Nicky, take it away. Let these fine folks know who you are and give them a little bit of your story.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Duchess DJ Love. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me back. Ladies of Leadership has been a sponsor of your amazing Gallivanting Like a Royal, and we're so proud to have you and honored to be in community together. So a little bit about who I am. I'm just a regular girl who just had a dream, who really worked really hard to get to where I'm at today after a couple of stumbles, hitting a couple brick walls throughout my journey in corporate America, really not being able to level up as my work actually showed. But it all was because I was designed to do what I do today. And in corporate America, I left it after 14 years to start my notary business. Did that for 2, kickstarted my notary mastery course called Kickstart Notaries. And that was really the segue to coaching, which I never thought I would be doing. Even though I was a corporate trainer for such a long time, I actually wanted more. I wanted community. That's where I met you in October of 2022 and launched Ladies of Leadership in November of 2022. And I have been helping, supporting, uplifting women all over the world to really step into their life purpose on purpose, intentionally giving them the tools, experience, and exposure that I believe we're all looking for to really make it as an entrepreneur and really dominate the space of community, speaking, authorship, all of those things under the sun that are possible. So that's really my journey in a nutshell. A lot of things in between that, but that's just a kickstart. I was just tired of being tired and decided to break the glass ceiling myself.
Well, see, Nicky, that's important for our listeners today because there's probably ladies out there that don't think they have any skills. They're at home taking care of the kids, or for whatever reason they're at home and they want to contribute somehow. But they can do online business. There's so many opportunities out there now. We live off a computer. So if you have a cell phone with Wi-Fi or computer, you can change this world. And Nicky mentioned that she started this in November 2022. She met me in October 2022. What you don't know is my social media began in March of 2022. Prior to that, no social media of any kind. So I started from zero in 2022, and I have grown over the just 2 short years. My business is making a profit now. And that was not the goal of mine. My goal was to do it to empower women and men and to teach people through my travels how to be financially literate, how to make your money work for you. So if Nicky and I can make this American dream, as we call it, come true, quit our corporate jobs and do this or do what we do. I publish books too, like Nicky said. We're helping people. And so we're doing this to bless others in the same way we're getting blessed back. And Nicky hasn't really sung her true story here. I mean, she has accomplished a lot in just these 2 short years. She's coming up on November of 2024 will be her full 2 years. But Ladies of Leadership is a group for women to join where you feel loved. You get the tools in business how to succeed. There's so much that you don't know that we know. And we're not selfish about sharing. We love to share. It makes us feel good that we can help someone else. Like simple things, how to create a reel, how to, publish a book, how to create a blog. You can do all these things with zero cost. I'm seeing my heart. I'm sharing the love, but it's zero cost. So, Nicky, tell them a little bit more about Ladies of Leadership. How you structured this, because this is brilliant what you have done. You brought these ladies together and you're teaching them business tools that they need. And since we all are, live virtual these days, it's easy to participate.
Yes, absolutely. So I actually just reminded myself and someone else that the world is our office.
Yes.
Anywhere in this world, whether you're at a hotel, you're at a resort, you're at the park, you can still run your business very successfully. And it just takes strategy. It's just straight strategy, time and dedication and consistency where you're not tied down to this office that we call, right? Everywhere can be your office. And Ladies of Leadership was really born through through research on my first book called Building a Leadership Mindset, where I read in the Fortune 500 that only 8.2% of women sit in a CEO position. And it's actually 8.8%, which that makes it 42 women out of 500 in corporate America that sit in that position, which was mind-boggling to me because I know over 1,000 women that are doing amazing, wonderful work in our community, in our society, that need a platform to be able to showcase that and explore that. So it was really just a sisterhood, one, to kind of share everything I've invested in my time as far as personal development, business development, and bringing it in. But what it morphed into was a true community that supports each other day in and day out, really creating opportunities. So what we do at Ladies of Leadership is, one, we tackle the personal side. What are our limiting beliefs? What are our struggles? What are our challenges? And really figuring out tools and strategies on how to overcome those things. But then how do you put that into play in your business where you can launch events, where you can host online events, where you can build your podcast, where you can start sharing your stories, where you can be very creative and collaborate and merge two totally different businesses and create magic. And we help you identify your strengths, your weaknesses, identify what your true passions are, and bring that to life. I truly believe that everything is possible. I'm happy to say that we launched a full nonprofit with Izzy's legacy and Marilyn Morales, helping walking with her on that journey on really how to host her first gala, how to market it, how to put the messaging out there, and educate the people through that journey. We have a couple co-authorships where we're creating first-time authors as a benefit of being part of the community. We've partnered up with Warrior Women and hosted our first Warrior Women BALM Global Conference, where we had 70 plus women come into a room and really be filled with love and heart-centered leadership, and showing what that looks like and how women can work together in this space and everyone wins. So the goal for that is to obviously go global, to continue to share this movement, because it's not just a community. We don't just show up and just support each other. We're actually creating, we're innovating, we are becoming masters in our specialties, right? What are the things we talk about? Leadership, mindset, perseverance, overcoming, and really creating all those possibilities, those dreams that you thought about at night, those downloads that you get, and putting them into play and making it become a profit, and showing you how to price it. Because sometimes we're in our own heads where we have all these great ideas, but we don't know how to implement it. So Ladies of Leadership allows you to, one, share, two, create, and three, we walk with you on that journey on making it a reality.
And that's so important, that is to have support, because as a business owner, you don't never know what's going to come up, the challenges, but you in a group with people that you trust and rely on, and that support you. You can say, hey, this happened, what do I do next? And they're there for you. Like I say, I don't join many groups, but Nikki's group, Lazy Leadership, has been my group. They're my peeps. I love them, and we're learning and growing together. And if you're watching, you may be wondering, what about the crowns? Well, the crowns is a symbol of royalty. We're all born to be royal, and you deserve a royal life. And that's how come I say I'm gallivanting like a royal, because if I can live this dream life, so can you. I grew up in poverty and I overcome it. I'm not poor anymore, and I'm proud to say thank you. but I'm humble enough to say that it's gratitude, and it takes a mindset, the right mindset, to keep me going. That's how come I need Nicky's group, Ladies of Leadership, to anchor me, to give me that support. I don't know it all, and I don't claim to. There's a lot I do know, but there's a lot of other people that know, that compliment me. What I know, they don't know, so I help them, they help me. It's a kind of a balancing act. And when you give and share your knowledge, it enforces what you know. It lets you be an expert in your area. And before long, you'll be writing these books. You'll be having your podcast. You'll be helping other ladies reach another subset. That's what it's all about. And I'm just so grateful for Nicky that she took that leap of faith. She quit that corporate job because now she's in her calling. The same thing with me. I had decided a long time ago I was going to retire young and early so I could explore this beautiful world. I didn't want to wait till I was 65 and old and can't get around. That was not going to be this little princess. So I had decided a decade ago that I was going to do this. And I'm not someone that can just sit around idle and enjoy, just do nothing. That's not me. I got to be productive. So I thought, okay, well, I can blog about my travels. Didn't know the first thing about being a blogger. Don't even know how, didn't even know how to blogging work. I just knew that people did it. And I'm thinking, hey, I can do that. And years down the road, I'd figure out the how to. March of 2022, I got a download. If I didn't start my blog then, I never would. Well, the never would part put my butt into gear and I got into action. So listen to Nick and I right now may be your sign to get your butt in gear and take some action. And if you're thinking, I don't know where to start, your first step is talk to Nicky Cuesta here and join Ladies of Leadership. That way you will have the basics and the ground knowledge to get you running. And there's a lot of free stuff you can do, people. I'm telling you, you can write a book for free. You can have a blog for free. You can do a podcast for free. There's other online things you can do too. So just know the opportunities are out there. And Nicky, tell us a little bit more about what you have going on in the future, because, you've been going, since I love travel, you've been going to different cities and, helping people too with events and all, and, spreading the love.
Absolutely. When BALM Global says that we are going global, that's actually what we're actually doing. We are walking the walk and we're talking the talk, and we're taking action on really empowering, sponsoring some events, being able to enter into rooms to bring the knowledge back to the community. That's why I definitely do what I do and continue to keep that learning process going. Very important. Just to share that I too started, actually, this everything that I do today was planted with a YouTube channel called Building the Leadership Mindset that sat for 2 years, looking for perfectionism, which, if that's what you're looking for, it's never going to happen. You have to decide once you hear that calling to really take action. And that's what we promote. And what we also do in our communities, even while traveling, is giving the ladies that invest in themselves and invest in the community the opportunity to run these Monday or Tuesday calls when we meet at 6 p.m. It's not about what Nicky thinks you need to know or learn, but it's all about what value you have. We love to showcase and promote that opportunity for our members. So they really run the whole community. It's not Nicky's community, it's our community. Duchess, as you know, you have facilitated some of our calls, as you have received, been on calls where other ladies have facilitated it. But we are traveling. We are going all around. We're kickstarting our 50-state tour next year with Empower to Inspire. That'll kick off in Las Vegas in January. We're doing our She Leads retreat this January coming up. We're going to kick off the new year with just empowerment, leadership, and really laying out the foundation of what 2025 is going to look like. And even though the retreat starts in 2025, it comes with the actual membership. So we are going to be building towards that. So we're going to be very intentional when we're traveling the world, when we're taking these messages from state to state, and really getting everyone on board to really take a chance on them. We were put here on this earth for a calling and a purpose. And sometimes we never do the work to figure it out. And they are unfortunately laid to rest without the world seeing them. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we continue to spread the message that we have to do it, and we have to do it now. There's no more excuses, no more waiting. We've already probably wasted some time, but just know that it's never too late. And to have a community that's going to support you along that journey has been absolutely beautiful to already witness, coming up on 2 years. And we're going to continue that model for many women. And you come as you are. You may not have a desire to even have a business, but you're just looking for a place to call home and to to build something, right? Whether it's relationships, connections. Perfect example, my bestie for 37 years had no desire to do anything that I do. She loves to be behind the scenes, and to watch her journey in a year and a half just grow. She is the definition of what a ladies of leadership journey should look like. But we accept all women that are just ready to do the work now, and we will guide you the rest of the way.
And too, Nikki, you're really good about doing brand collaborations too.
Yes. Yeah, so brand collaboration is very important to get your name out there. Again, when we're building businesses, are we really telling everyone? We shouldn't be holding anything back, and we shouldn't be afraid of the wins that we're gaining along the way, because that just shows the hard work. And you said a very important word, which was humble. And sometimes humble people think that it's like, okay, don't go over your head, don't celebrate, don't be like all out there. And you absolutely have to be in a way where it's genuine. Definitely highlighting and supporting the community is important to us, showcasing what they're doing, what challenges they're overcoming. It is so important, because when we lose that, right, we're minimizing our brand. That means we don't believe exactly what we're doing and what we're putting out there if we're not branding that. And collaboration, when we say brand collaboration, again, you can have someone that has a brick and mortar studio for Zumba, right? But then you're a fitness coach, right? So why not add some Zumba into for your fitness clients and then brand together? There's so many different things that we're doing on the back end that are literally forming right now that you're going to see very, very soon. And I'm super excited to be on that journey and really connecting those that I feel can definitely take it to the next level.
And you leads right into what I was going to say. Say it loud, Nikki. Don't you have a book out?
Yes. Building a Leadership Mindset is my main book. It's thriving now after launching it and just going back to celebrating, right, and being humble. My book launched in January of 2023, but I have been so focused on the ladies of leadership and really growing this community and really impacting and having great opportunities to be a part of amazing organizations and what they're doing that I forgot to celebrate me. So we were able to launch it last month, Building a Leadership Mindset. It is all about creating success. It actually has 13 chapters. Each chapter is a different mindset that I had to face during my exit out of corporate America before I made the decision to give myself permission to succeed, which actually spells out create success. And I feel that that's what God has allowed me to be able to do, is reach a new level of success, but we are just scratching the surface. That book, you can get that directly from me on our website, buildingaleadershipmindset.com. And we would love to share that with the world and continue to share that message, because you have to give yourself permission to succeed and take action. Again, there's no waiting. No more waiting. We've waited too long, and it's time for your blessings to come.
That's such a good point, Nikki. People are scared to take that jump though sometimes. They know they got a stable source of income coming in, and even though they might be miserable and they hate waking up and going to do that job every day. But I think sometimes it's, with every good thing, there's risk and there's reward. You can stay stuck where you're at and never get anywhere, and you'll be miserable. You'll die unhappy. Or you can take a chance on something that can really make your life change. You can change the life of others. You can show your family that you're leaving a legacy for them by doing the unthinkable. I mean, and if you do quit your day job, and let's just say your side hustle doesn't work out, well, you can go back and do it again. But 90% of the time, if you have a dream in your heart and you take action on that dream, it will come to fruition. And if you just let it grow and, don't try to do things too fast, just kind of let it progress organically, it will succeed. But everybody needs to have a side hustle. And ladies of leadership is where you can get in and get your side hustle going, because it only takes an hour a day to have a side hustle. You start small, but you start small, you have kind of like money. You get that interest, that compounding interest. That little bit compounds over time. And then one day you only realize that you're actually being profitable. You're making money with just 1 hour a day. And eventually that will replace the money that job that you hate was paying you. And you have more life, more joy. You can add so much more to your family. If you want to bless others by your charitable work, you'll be energized, ready to go. Look at Nikki, how light she is right now. She's doing the thing that she loves. She's striving. And she doesn't have to go hit that 9-to-5 job anymore. That was bringing her down, sucking the life out of her, making her feel like she was less than because she wasn't getting those promotions that she deserved. Be your own boss. Right, Nikki?
Absolutely. Great points when it comes to thinking about, should I leave or shouldn't I leave? And the biggest thing that I said when leaving was, I don't know where this is going to take me. And let me just go back to the evidence that I had in my hand. So notary was my vehicle out. This was a time where the world was just turned upside down with COVID. And I'm here crossing my fingers that I'm let go with a severance package, so I don't have to make this hard decision, because of the work ethic that I output was very important to me. And working on a project for 2 years that was about to launch that last year, and people are like losing their jobs. So while it was heartbreaking and I'm wishing that I can just not have to make this decision, I decided to take a week off of PTO and told my supervisor that I'll be back with a decision that Monday. I made my first $1,600 in an 18-hour work week. True evidence that I can do this. This industry was going to be lucrative for my growth and independence on my own. And I still that Sunday night said, you know what? I'm going to stick it to the end of the year, or I'm going to wait until I complete my 15 years vested. But that Monday morning when I was signing into work, God told me, if not now, when?
Yeah.
You have been taking this on for 20 years, this idea, this love, this passion to empower others, to be your own boss. And I finally submitted and surrendered and said, you know what, you're right. With no plan B, just I'm going to do it. I'm going to take action. Did that for 2 years. Met my publisher, who asked me what my story, to then go into network marketing and do Revenge Travel 2021, to start a coaching program, to build a podcast, to create a community, to launch my official business launch 1 year later after joining my publisher, to then be able to do so many other amazing things. And you know what, Duchess, I didn't even realize how much I did within that short amount of time until someone sat me down and said, hey, Nikki, you've been doing an amazing job. I see you. It's been a year. You're not the same person. You have definitely, a lot of people don't stay in this space because it gets tough and then they kind of throw in the towel. Yep. And my response to that was, I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And that's not the response that they were expecting. They were expecting a thank you. Thank you for noticing, acknowledging. And because of our humbleness, we kind of block their blessing and their observation of what we did. So that put me in a point where I literally had to sit down, write everything out that I did, and finally pat myself on the back, because I've been so busy, so doing that I didn't even realize how many people I really truly impacted. And that's all I ever wanted, but I couldn't see it until someone acknowledged it for me. So what I'm trying to say with that is, be consistent, show up, start today, don't make any excuses, and acknowledge every step that you have taken. And if you're in a standstill right now, let's say you've already launched your business and you're just like not really moving, not really progressing, you want some changes, we also help with that too, because we know how it is. You know, the times are changing. There's so many resources out there, and we're trying to do the same thing. And we develop innovation like no one else. It's just new stuff, new ways, new ideas. And the greatest part about it, as being a business owner, being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, is that you get to change it at any time you want, and that's okay.
That's the best part. We set the rules for ourselves. We set our own goals and standards. Someone else doesn't say you have to sell X amount of dollars this month, or someone else doesn't say you got to crank out all these projects where you just, more than you can handle. So being your own boss, being a small business person, being an entrepreneur has its pluses. And if you think about it, what would you rather do? Would you rather just succumb to the world where you making everybody else rich, and why not make yourself rich? Because if you have that one job, it's going to pay you X amount of dollars, and that's it. You flat. Mm-hmm. But as an entrepreneur, like Nicky said, if you're a go-getter, you determine how much money you're going to make. You can work hard. You can take a week off and rest up and work hard again. Or, you can build relationships with other people, partner with them. There's so many ways out there. We live in the golden opportunity times. This is the times where that you can do this. I mean,
absolutely.
I didn't realize how much money could be made on social media. I had no clue. I didn't even really think that my blog, I could make money. Here I am thinking I'm going to be paying someone to have a blog so I would have stuff to do when I retire. I didn't know that you could make money doing this stuff. I mean, you'll be surprised at how you can make money, but you do something you love, it's not really work. Like, I found out that I had no idea that I love content creation. I love creating videos. I could sit there to wee hours in the morning, and you would think I'd be tired next morning. No, I enjoy creating those videos so much during the night that it refreshed me. So if you're doing something you love, you're just going to have energy. You're going to be youthfulness. The ideas are going to come. You're going to be sound asleep at 3 o'clock, and it's going to wake you up. Say, oh, write this down. You need to know this.
Yes,
and definitely. And you'd be like, where did that come from? You put out there, oh, I wish I knew how to do something. Then boom, you get this download. It wakes you up. Oh, contact this person. You're like, well, how do I know who that person is? Or an idea. But when you set the intention, it's going to come to you. Believe.
Yeah. So I just have two things just to backtrack on leaving a job that you are just miserable in. The other key point that I wanted to say is that I also wanted peace of mind.
Yes. This.
And that's what I got. Like, I didn't care if I was making equal or even less than, as long as I had a peace of mind, I was okay with that. Mm-hmm. Granted, it was great 2-year run doing the notary. Then I became a coach and all that good stuff. But another thing that I want to say in reference to what you just stated about creating and innovating and all that good stuff, about being your own boss and entrepreneur, is that sky's the limit. Sky's really is the limit. And you're going to find out more about yourself that you ever knew. Because again, I didn't know I had skills under this girl, because I too love content creation too. It's one of my passions. I do marketing for some of my clients, getting their messages out there because they're too busy to do it. So you're going to be surprised. But again, you're never going to know if you do not take action, if you do not even give it a try. You can't say, oh, I would never want to be my own boss. It's too much work. You'll realize how much you love doing what you love to do, what your calling is, what your purpose is. It's a totally different ball game. Is it going to be stressful? Absolutely. Is it a walk in the park? Not at all. It is definitely going to be some work, but it's work for you. So that's why when Duchess said it's not going to feel like work, because it's not, but you are going to get your ideas at 3 o'clock in the morning. You're going to get those ideas in the shower. Every time you are in communication with something or someone about anything, those downloads are going to come in, and you're just going to want to get back to your computer or your phone, and you're going to want to start creating and sharing that with the world. And we help you strategize on how that all looks in a way where your experience and your expertise is highlighted while you're doing it.
And like you said, Nikki, you don't realize your talents until you're tested.
Exactly. Until you're actually in the game.
Yeah, because we're so used to doing what we do every day, we don't think, oh, I could do it. I may like this, but I don't think I'd be any good. You don't know until you try. So give it a try.
Give it a try. Yes. I love it.
Yes. And Nikki, just tell them a little bit about you personally. What do you like? Do you like to go hiking? What are your fun things that, that like other than business that just lights you up? You got family? Tell us a little bit about the real Nikki.
Yes, the real Nikki, which is always in everything I do, is that I am all about building relationships, creating memories, capturing every shot I can capture of my life, documenting the growth, the pain, the gratitude, the everything, the emotion. So obviously my biggest why is my son. He is why I do everything I do. He is a huge part of what's coming up in 2025 with BALM Global. A couple surprises there. I won't give them out. Definitely, my wife, we've been together 22 years. We're celebrating in September. A lot of what I do as well, I do with having to take care of two older parents. My parents are, they're at that age that they need a lot of attention, where I'm taking them to and from appointments, kind of moving things around, shifting things around. I do have, again, a community. I have my own business. I have my team. I have my ladies, things that I'm building. But that all is my joy. I love to travel. Put me on a plane every week and I'm out. Yeah. So definitely love to see the world, to share, to be even on the road, believe it or not. I just did a road trip to Boston a few weeks ago, 5 hours straight, 5 hours back, North Carolina, New Jersey over the weekend for a speaker engagement that I was invited to. But I love everything that has to do with dance. That is one of my love languages. Sports, I'm definitely into reading and just creating, just really listening to my community and just witnessing their wins, what they're doing, how we can do it better all together. Those are all the things that, drive me each and every day. But really, if I can like have a favorite, it's just getting up and moving my body to some music and really being in that state of just gratitude that I get to do that, right? That we have our limbs, we have our hands to write down, to type up things and create and be able to speak into people's lives and really share that there's hope, that life is worth living and that life is worth living your way.
Yes.
That's what my passions are.
Well, you made me think of something, Nikki, that there's so many of us that have elderly parents now. Let's just take you back a few years. Let's just say you decided not to quit that corporate job. Would you have the freedom to take care of your parents and take them to give them the ride and support going to the doctor's office and the appointments that they have during the day?
Absolutely not. It drove me crazy, and I wish I had it like literally right in my hands, and I would hate to step away to get it. but I have a time off request slip that when and it was all in playful fun with myself and my supervisor, where I literally would like put a time request in and it would be balled up on my chair. It would be ripped up like, no, you can't go anywhere because we need you here. But I would obviously get the day off. But just going back and thinking about that, like it was hard because you had to kind of pick and choose like what's most important, right? And to be able to have the freedom to do that now, especially as often as they need the care, I would have never ever. I probably would have lost my job or exhausted all my time or used my vacation time to just help my parents out, which would have been sad because, I worked 80 hours. So I worked beyond my 40 hours a day because, the demand and the need was there. So yeah, that's very important when you are creating your lifestyle, what you want the rest of your retirement to look like, right? Being able to leave a corporate job and retire from that at age 38 was a huge accomplishment to then kickstart my life and at 40 with the book, the podcast, and everything, and being able to be at their beck and call because they gave me life, right? They've done everything for me, and to be able to make sure that they're good, I can, if God ever, when, because, obviously we know that it's going to happen when God takes them, I can be at peace. It would never be easy, but I will know that I did everything that I could with them. I was able to enjoy that extra time with them. And it's not just doctor's appointments because we actually, go out and do things and make sure that we keep that family substance as strong as possible.
And see, that's it. I'm an advocate for caregivers because, my mom has dementia. I take care of her. So that's what I'm noticing. We're at a point where we can do it. Like I say, if I had to go into an office or had to be away from them, who's going to take care of my mom? It'd be more confusing for her to have some stranger come in while here I am off doing a job. But when we're doing what we want and we can work remotely, we can accomplish a lot of our jobs now remotely. You don't have to go into an office. You got your laptop, you got your phone, you can work from it. It's so easy in our lifetime now that I wish more people would look into it. And one thing I want to talk to people about is when you have your own business is the tax benefits. A lot of people don't realize the tax benefits that you get. And I would say keep working your day job and start a side hustle to take advantage of those tax deductions that you get and put that money away to benefit you later. Nikki, do you have any little tidbit tips like that to give folks?
Yes, absolutely. Just going back to 2021, I was actually able to save with my travels, with my flights, with my hotel stays, because they were all business related. I was able to, my expenses for as a notary, my gas, like the paper that I bought, the pens that I bought, like everything was tax deductible. And that means you just pay less in taxes or you kind of get a refund, because usually when you go into the entrepreneurship, you're usually in the red, right? But you always want to try to stay as close to the black as possible. So those tax benefits and really looking into that, even in a W-2, having a EIN number or a tax number so that you can file that is definitely a help and a boost. And once you see those tax benefits, you're probably going to be like, oh, I'm just going to do this full time anyway.
Yes.
So yes, definitely.
So there's so many benefits. And like I say, we got to get the word out and we got to empower our women. A lot of women they think that we don't have no skills. They don't realize the skill set they do have. If you cook meals, you know what? Just say that's all you do is cook for someone. You got to think about this. You know how to put the ingredients together. You're smart enough to know how to make things work. You're efficient with your time because, you don't boil the water for an hour before you add something to it. So there's so many skill sets. You have the mindset for it. You just got to change your skill set that you're using for one thing and apply it to something else. And you'll realize it just goes smoothly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or you can even use those skill sets to actually start a business.
Yes.
If you want to do childcare, obviously there's a lot of, maybe licensing, certifications, things like that. Start investigating. And, when I started to think about remote work, I actually really just Googled, the top 10, 20 ways to make money working from home. And there's so many different ideas. And now with AI and Chat GPT, you can create anything. When I tell you anything, you can create anything on your expertise. I've been married for 22 years. If I wanted to become a relationship coach and give advice, which I have, I still have some unpaid invoices from like friends and family, but but I can go ahead and do that if I really wanted to. It is really one of my passions, but you can pick and choose when it comes to your expertise. Again, going back to the example that you gave, Duchess, if you have so many dishes and people are raving about your food, you could create a cookbook. You can do a catering service for a particular company. Like these downloads just come so instantly, and you probably thought of it, but you don't know how to implement it. And that's where we come in on seeing what that would look like. And I just enjoy learning new ways to help someone really grow and take that passion and turn it into profit, because it's amazing. It's amazing all the things that are possible if you just are open to getting started.
And that's it. The first step is join Ladies of Leadership. I mean, awaken yourself to the opportunity. Surround yourself with other people that are being entrepreneurs themselves. You know, when you, it's kind of like they say, like-minded people stick together. Well, if you want to have money, be around people that has money. You learn from them. You learn from their habits. You observe them. So what better way to seek success than to join Ladies of Leadership? Think about it. You change your mindset, and then possibilities just open up to you.
Yep, you change your mindset. You become the leader in your life. Like we lead every day as moms, as employees, as managers. If we sit in those roles, we are leading someone somewhere every day. Even in a friendship conversation, when you are sharing your favorite movie, you got to go see this. Like I just watched Twisters this weekend. I'm going to tell everyone, you got to go see Twisters. It's real. It's, the scenes were great. They felt so realistic. So you're selling them on something. Take that mindset into anything that you want to deliver to create impact in someone else's life, and monetize on that. You can do that. Like everyone is doing that now. Some are, doing great with it. Some are not. Some are really struggling. And that's where, again, we come in as we help you on that journey, and we learn and grow together. That's what life should be, where you can be in a community where it's safe. There's no judgment. There's no competition. Everyone wins once you accept that decision, because it all starts with a choice. We can make a decision, we can make a choice, but if we're not putting action to that, then it's still just a decision, a choice, an empty hope and dream if we're not doing the work towards it. And that's with connecting with communities. That's with writing that first chapter. That's with setting up the Zoom account, the StreamYard account, whatever it is to get you started, is all you need to keep you going.
And just to give a note on that, most of these things have a free platform to do it with, just to get your feet wet. You may say, I don't know how to do any of that. Well, choose the free version and practice,
Absolutely.
and just get in there. Nikki, our time is about up. So tell people how to get in contact with you, how to join Ladies of Leadership. Tell them about your books, where to find those books.
Yes. Thank you, first of all, Duchess, for giving me the opportunity to come back on here on your fabulous show. So excited for what you're doing, the amount of viewers you're getting, just to see you grow from, 2022. You were just kickstarting it. It was like 6 or 7 months in, but to see everything you're doing, even with the challenges of life that bring you. I am in total awe of your continued compassion and continued heart. You have never deviated from who you are, and that's why I love you so much. But yes, you can definitely connect with BALM Global, Ladies of Leadership, through buildingaleadershipmindset.com. That's our one-stop shop. We have all of our information, our podcast, our She Leads retreat. And then you can book a call with us. And I would love to just connect with you, even, no obligation, just get to know me, let me get to know you, and see, what magic can happen and, what we can do together.
Thank you so much, Nikki. And all the ways to contact Nikki and her books are in the description. So just scroll down and read. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share some love with me. Share this with your friends that you may know that may be looking for a change. They just don't know how to go about it. They can get in touch with Nikki. That's all we have for now, Royals. I love you. Send out some love. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.